Good evening, boys and girls. So Miss Ticky has asked you to do a homework assignment tonight that is going to require you to think about how to multiply with double digits using more than one strategy. So just to go over the standard algorithm with you, because you are asked to answer 3 questions using the standard algorithm, I'm going to review the first one with you. It's 25 times 56, and I've just written it here vertically because it's easier to solve a problem using this method when it's written this way. So let's start out with multiplying. We always start with the number in the ones place here. 6 times 5 is 30. I'm going to put down 0, carry 3 groups of 10. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 3 is 15. 15 groups of 10. So I'm going to write it like that. Now it's time for me to start multiplying with the number in the tens place, which is the 5. So in order to start writing my answer down, I have to add a placeholder, 0. Now I can begin multiplying. 5 times 5 is 25. Put down 5, carry 2 groups of 10 here. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12. So I'm going to write it right there. Draw my line. Now I'm ready to add. 0 and 0 is 0. 5 and 5 is 10. Put down my 0. Carry 1. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 2 is 4. And 1 plus nothing is 1. So my answer here is 1,400. So 1,400 using the standard algorithm. Now I'm going to think about how I can solve this problem using another alternative or an alternative strategy. Okay, the second way we're going to solve this problem is I'm going to use the rounding method, where I'm going to think about an easier way to write one of these numbers, just to make it easier to solve. 25 is a pretty easy number to multiply with, so I think I'm going to change or round the 56. And I think I'm going to round it up to 60, because it's pretty easy to multiply numbers when they're multiples of 10. So I'm going to copy this one over horizontally. 25 times 60. Now what I did here was, because I turned the 56 into a 60, I've actually added 4 groups of 25. Okay? So another way to say 4 groups of 25 is to say 4 times 25. And it's important that I remember this because I added 4 groups on to make it easier to multiply. So in the end, I have to remember to subtract the 4 groups of 25 to my answer, okay? So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to cover up the 0 with my finger, because I know that 25 times 6 equals 150. So if I know 25 times 6 equals 150, I'm just going to add that extra 0 on there, and I have 1,500. It's pretty close. Now I have to remember to go back and take away the 4 groups of 25, which equal 100. So if I take 100 away from 1,500, I end up with the same answer as I did over here. Okay, so that's great. That worked out. Now you have to solve the next problem, 85 times 94, using the standard algorithm. So since I've already reviewed that for you, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and solve it on your own. Okay? You can hit the pause button now while you're solving the problem. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through another strategy or another way to solve that problem. Okay, so hit the pause button now and work on number 2 by yourself. Okay, the other strategy we're going to use here to solve this multiplication problem is we're going to set it up like a box or a cluster problem, okay, where we're going to split the numbers 85 and 94 up. Okay, so in order to do that, I'm going to just separate my box here. And I'm going to call this section 80. And this piece 5. And this part over here is going to be 90. And this is 4. Okay, so we're going to work across. 80 times 90. Well, I know 8 times 9 is 72. So 8 times 9 is 72, and then I just added back those zeros. And then 5 times 90, 5 times 9 is 45, and I add the 0 back on. So 5 times 90 is 450. Now I'm going to multiply 80 times 4, which is 8 times 4 I know is 32. I'm going to add in the 0. And I know 5 times 4 is 20. Look right? Now I'm going to take all those numbers and I'm going to add them up over here. So I have 7,200. I have 450. I have 320. And I have 20. Let's add them all up. Hopefully when we add them up, you're going to come up with the same answer that you did with the standard algorithm for number 2. And I'm going to let you check that on your own. So adding up my first column here, 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. 5 and 2 is 7, plus 2 more is 9. 2 plus 4 is 6, and 6 plus 3 is 9. 7 plus nothing. 7,990. Was that the same thing? The same answer you got using the standard algorithm when you solved it this way? All right. You now have to do the last problem by yourself. You can choose either to round a number like we did in number 1 to make it easier to multiply by, or you could use this box or cluster method, okay, where you break up the numbers. Okay, good luck, and I'll see you in school tomorrow.